blocked you. Even though I know you was gonna go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't want to know what you was doing out there. I told you I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama.
So there has been some more things with Offset and Cardi. Offset has now deleted his Instagram and his X account. His X account currently pulls up as the this account does not exist, and you can't even go to.
So let me tell y'all about this all right? For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. First thing first, this guy, right, is upset because I sent his girlfriend text messages of him begging me, saying he was gonna take away his life.
So it looks like Offset is seriously not doing well at all. CardiB just dropped a bombshell saying he's been blowing up her phone with desperate texts, claiming he can't go on without her. And to make it even scarier, she says he's been making heavy emotional threats, saying stuff like he can't survive if she keeps seeing someone else, especially that new man, Stefon Don. What started as your regular messy breakup has spiraled into something way more serious and way darker.
All that was mad. He's mad about that. Mind you, this man sent text messages to somebody that I was dealing with me and him having. That's the type of I've been dealing with for the past 2 months. Every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leave me voice notes trying to put my self-esteem to the ground, and I'm so
Cardi says she's been trying her best to hold on to her peace, to stay grounded and focused, but Offset's emotional spiral is making that nearly impossible. And from the way she's talking, this drama might just be heating up. Offset always had this public image that bounced between wild and unbothered, like he's Mr. Cool with the chaos. But now, this is hitting different. This is looking personal and unhinged. In late March 2025, Cardi went live on X and spilled it all. And when I say fans were caught off guard, nobody was ready for this. She revealed Offset had been sending her messages that weren't just about wanting her back. This went way deeper than anybody expected. According to Cardi, he was allegedly saying wild stuff like, "If I can't have you, then nobody can." And it didn't stop there. He even threatened to hurt himself and her if she didn't drop Stefon Don immediately. That's not just emotional. That's straight up terrifying. Cardi didn't just brush it off either. She was clearly shaken and made it known that she's seriously worried about Offset's state of mind. But at the same time, she's not about to let emotional threats run her life anymore. This ain't some PR stunt. This is real life turning into a full-blown crisis. This whole thing hit out of nowhere like a curveball, especially from someone who for months acted like he was checked out emotionally. Offset had been moving like he didn't have a care in the world, posting up online, looking carefree, laughing like nothing bothered him. He made it seem like he wasn't worried at all about who Cardi was seeing or what she was doing next. From the outside, it looked like he'd already let go and was just living it up. But now, this sudden switch from cold and distant to pouring out deep emotions got everybody shook.
See, I really felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Like, my baby came out 5 pounds. A healthy baby. No,
What's really wild is how things were going down behind closed doors. Way different than what fans were seeing online. From everything Cardi shared, this wasn't just some one-time emotional outburst. Nope. She says Offset's been flooding her phone with non-stop texts and calls back to back, like he's stuck on repeat and can't snap out of it. It's been straight up obsessive, overwhelming, and messing with her peace. Cardi says these messages aren't just emotional, they've crossed the line into some seriously concerning territory. It's the kind of behavior that shows he's nowhere near ready to move on, even though he's out here acting like he doesn't care. That whole quiet, cool guy act online, it's looking more like a front than any real growth. And Cardi, she's done with the games and ready for folks to see the truth about what's been going on. And get this, one of the biggest shockers? Cardi said she straight up reached out to the woman Offset's been linked to. Yup, she messaged his rumored new girl, Melanie Jada. Melanie's been out in Dubai, shopping with Offset, looking unbothered as ever. But Cardi made it clear, she wasn't trying to start drama. She forwarded those messages Offset had sent, just to give Melanie a reality check, not out of spite.
I know it's not his team. I know it's his. Gonna tell the Breakfast Club the only reason why this motherfucker asking for spousal support, because I was asking for everything. And because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a pussy, nigga. Word to my mother. I want you to slow.
And guess what? Offset did not take that well at all. According to Cardi, he completely lost it when he found out. The same man who, just days before, was allegedly sending petty and disrespectful stuff to Stefon Don, Cardi's rumored new man, suddenly flipped when the tables turned. Fans were quick to call out the double standards, and the drama just kept getting messier. But it didn't stop there. Cardi revealed that his behavior actually got worse. She said every time she travels, that's when Offset really starts acting up, blowing up her phone with voice notes that feel less like real conversation and more like him trying to break her down. Some of the stuff he's been sending, Cardi says it's just meant to tear at her confidence. And what's even wilder, Cardi claims Offset would FaceTime her while sitting right next to Melanie, like he's trying to get a reaction, like he's trying to mess with her head without even saying it. It's tough to see someone as strong as Cardi admit how much this has worn her down. She put it out there plain and simple. This isn't just drama anymore. This is emotional pressure, manipulation, and a non-stop roller coaster she's ready to get off of. The voicemails, the controlling energy, the mental drain. Cardi's done. She's calling it for what it is and setting the line. This ain't about petty games now. It's about boundaries, safety, and finding peace in the middle of the madness. And if all this sounds like it came out of nowhere, let's keep it real. It didn't. Cardi's been dropping both subtle and loud warnings for a minute now. Way back in January, she already stirred things up by calling out Offset and even his mother in public, saying they had taken advantage of her financially. She didn't air out all the receipts, but the vibe was serious, and fans could tell she was holding back way more than she was spilling. And that wasn't all. Around that same time, Cardi pointed out something that really hit folks in the heart: Offset's alleged absence during their family moments.
Feel better, because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that nigga in this home. So that's what you gotta do. So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you can I don't give a because them hoes ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out all weekend. You was mad happy today when I called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval. Other than that, nigga, I don't care. The world, my ops. I'm with your ops. That's one for your ops. Yeah, of course, because you don't move with integrity. You're not a street nigga. That's what you do. That's what you do. Oh, I'm gonna go for your ops. Boo hoo. I don't give a. You can fuck my ops. You fuck my friends, nigga. I don't give a shit. You're a lame to me, and you will never equate to me. And it's crazy that I even let you.
She said he skipped out on key holiday time with their kids, even though he was out here showing up for his other kids and going all out with gifts for them. The way Cardi broke it down, it felt like this wasn't about being a father. It felt like a message aimed right at her, like he was trying to cut deep emotionally. When you step back and look at the full picture, it all screams one thing: control. Fans who've been keeping up say Offset's behavior isn't just messy or emotional, it's looking calculated. The constant texts, the mixed signals, the emotional swings. It's like he's following a playbook on how to keep somebody confused and off balance. Cardi's supporters aren't sugarcoating it either. They're calling it what it looks like: emotional manipulation. The pattern's loud now. 1 minute it's guilt, then it's apologies, then dead silence, and out of nowhere, anger or emotional pleas. It's a heavy cycle, and it's clear all this has taken a real toll on Cardi. According to insiders, this latest wave of chaos has a clear trigger: Stefon Diggs. Yup, Cardi moving forward and being linked to someone new, especially a big name like Diggs, seems to have rattled Offset way more than he thought it would. People close to the situation say he's not just upset, he's spiraling, feeling completely out of control now that Cardi's seriously stepping into a new chapter without him. And when he couldn't convince her to stop seeing Diggs, that's when his messages reportedly switched from emotional to straight-up intense. That's when things started getting darker. Texts full of heavy energy that felt unstable, the kind that had fans and loved ones wondering if Cardi was even safe emotionally. It's like all that chill vibe Offset's been showing online was nothing but a mask for the storm going on behind the scenes. Sources say Offset's been doing the most to try and win her back, begging, pleading, promising he'll change, and telling her not to move forward with the divorce. But here's the thing, Cardi's been down this road before. Back in 2020, she filed for divorce the first time because of his disloyalty. After that, she gave him another chance, tried to patch things up, and they had a short moment of peace. She stepped back, hoping maybe this time could be different. But by the end of last year, it was crystal clear. Those same problems were still right there. And this time, it wasn't just your typical relationship drama. It cut deeper. This was about Offset being completely absent. Cardi's been real about it. She's been carrying almost everything on her own, not just emotionally, but even running the household. We're talking school fees, round-the-clock security, childcare, the whole load. And meanwhile, Cardi says Offset couldn't even make the effort to consistently show up. That's not just disappointing. It straight up feels like betrayal. And for Cardi, betrayal looks like the line she's done crossing. What's making all this even heavier is how Offset's been reacting to it all. According to Cardi, his recent behavior has gotten real intense. She says he's been sending her alarming messages packed with emotional pressure, claiming he's not okay, saying he can't see a way forward if she doesn't cut off her new man. Cardi's not taking any of this lightly either. At this point, it's not even about romance, it's a serious mental and emotional concern. But Cardi, she's hit that breaking point. She's made it clear. Apologies don't mean a thing if the actions stay the same. From where she's standing, this don't look like remorse. It looks like the same old patterns, and she's refusing to let herself get dragged into another cycle of pain. This divorce, it's not just some paperwork, it's her way of fighting for peace for herself and her kids. Offset's emotional spiral, the way Cardi describes it, has made it impossible to keep pretending everything's normal. And one moment that really seemed to push things over the edge, a photo popped up showing their son Wave rocking the same braided hairstyle as Stefon Diggs. The NFL star folks are saying might be Cardi's new man. What seemed like an innocent pic to most, it sent Offset straight into a spiral. He wasn't just upset, he went public with it. Offset jumped on X, formerly Twitter, and let loose with a string of frustrated posts. He questioned how he was supposed to react when someone's playing with his son, hinting that he was being provoked. And in one post, now deleted, he even implied that if someone crossed the line when it came to his child, it could lead to serious consequences. The vibe was heavy, and people online didn't miss how charged his words felt. But here's the thing, the tension wasn't really about the hairstyle, it's what it meant to Offset. That moment probably felt like a loud reminder that somebody else was stepping into a space he used to own, not just as Cardi's man, but as a father figure too. Seeing his son rock a style that mirrored another man's image must have hit him right where it hurt. And then came that viral video that sent the internet wild, Cardi dancing while Stefon playfully tapped her from behind. The vibe in that clip? Pure fun, joy, and love. But for Offset, that might have been the final spark that pushed him over the edge. That moment, on top of everything else, seemed to knock him completely off balance. Now you've got one side looking calm, glowing, and living their best life, and the other side spiraling, trying to remind the world he still matters. But here's the twist. The world sees the shift. The energy's changed, and behind the scenes, it's only getting messier. CardiB didn't hold back when she exposed how Offset's behavior has taken a serious turn, and not in a good way. Cardi shared that after Offset sent her a string of alarming messages, she decided to forward them straight to his new girl, Melanie Jada, the same model he was spotted shopping with out in Dubai. And that move? It sent Offset into a straight-up frenzy. He was furious. But Cardi stood firm on her decision, and here's why. Because what Offset allegedly did before that was way out of pocket. According to Cardi, Offset didn't just get jealous. He crossed the line big time by sending inappropriate revenge content to her current man, Stefon Diggs. She says it was all done out of spite, a desperate move to get under her skin and throw shade at her new relationship. But instead of folding, Cardi flipped the script. She let Melanie see for herself what was really going down behind the scenes, And it didn't stop there. Cardi says every time she tries to move forward, especially when she's out traveling, Offset gets triggered. She described how he floods her phone with aggressive voice notes, filled with harsh words meant to break her down. This wasn't no one-time slip or late-night argument. It turned into a full-on pattern, a cycle of pressure, emotional jabs, and non-stop attempts to mess with her head. Cardi says these messages weren't just annoying. They were intentionally mean, aimed at making her feel small. And according to her, Offset even went as far as calling her while sitting right next to Melanie, just to stir the pot and try to control how she reacted. That ain't love. That's straight-up manipulation. And what's even sadder, Cardi opened up about all of this in an emotional live stream where she got real with her fans. Cardi opened up and said the whole marriage had taken a massive toll on her, mentally, emotionally, and physically. She felt drained, not just tired from all the back and forth, but exhausted from always trying to protect her peace while somebody kept dragging her back into chaos. And let's be real, nothing really changed. Cardi said it got so overwhelming she hit a dangerous level of frustration. She kept it 100 and admitted it pushed her to the edge where she felt like she could snap. In her own words, "I was going to end up going to jail because I was going to end up hurting him seriously with my bare hands." That kind of raw honesty hit people hard. Fans couldn't look away. This wasn't about love or loss anymore. It was clear as day. Someone was being pushed way past their limit. At that point, people stopped seeing Offset's behavior as just another messy celebrity breakup. This wasn't heartbreak. This was about control, plain and simple. And just when folks thought maybe Offset was ready to chill or finally face what he'd done, he vanished. No warning, no explanation. One day he was posting like nothing was wrong, and the next, his Instagram and X accounts were deactivated, gone like he ghosted the internet completely. Some fans saw it as him crying out for space. Others thought it was a move to dodge all the backlash that was stacking up against him. Either way, it just made everything feel even messier. And let's be honest, disappearing from social media like that without a word, it only raised more questions and added fuel to the fire. That kind of move, it screams emotional overload. While Offset was trying to disappear from the public eye, behind the scenes, it sounds like he was really going through it. Sources say he's been spiraling over Cardi's growing bond with Stefon Diggs, and the fact that things between them might be way past the point of no return is tearing him up. But what really shocked everybody was what came next. Offset reportedly had the nerve to ask for child support. Yup, you heard that right. After everything that's gone down, after months of drama, distance, and not showing up like he should, he allegedly wants Cardi to hand over money. And here's the wild part. Cardi's been the one holding it down this entire time. From top-tier private schools to round-the-clock security, caretakers, and everything in between, she's been paying out of pocket to make sure their kids are safe and solid. Meanwhile, Offset hasn't been stepping up the way he should. So him suddenly asking for support? It left fans straight up stunned. Cardi's sitting on an estimated net worth between $80 to $100 million, while Offset's bag is closer to $30 million. And even with that gap, he still walked into court asking for more on top of what Cardi's already been doing. Word on the street is the court ended up granting both of them joint custody, but primary residence went to Cardi, which honestly made perfect sense to everybody watching this mess unfold. The goal here was supposed to be stability for the kids, but here's where it gets wild. The moment folks heard that Offset was asking for support, people were straight up confused. Cardi's been the one holding it all down, and when we say all, we mean everything. From paying for elite private schools to making sure there's 24/7 security, babysitters, nannies, the whole setup. It's been on her shoulders, no question. So how does Offset pop up out of nowhere trying to flip the script and ask for financial help? Especially when, according to Cardi, he hasn't even been consistently present. And she's been putting him on blast, not just in private but out in the open, for being emotionally distant and financially missing when it mattered most. Cardi made it loud and clear. Offset hasn't been stepping up, not as a father, not as a co-parent, not even as a partner when it really counted. While she's out here juggling global fame, building her empire, raising their kids, and fending off non-stop headlines, she says Offset's been more worried about his image than the real work. According to Cardi, fatherhood ain't about Instagram captions or throwing out flashy birthday shoutouts. It's about being there, showing up. And by that standard, she says he's fallen short way too many times. This wasn't just some overnight breakup either. Cardi described it as a slow crumble, something that chipped away at the relationship bit by bit. She said she carried most of the emotional load, tried to keep up the public image for the kids, and worked hard to shield them from the chaos behind closed doors. But now, she's had enough. Now that the illusion's shattered, she's not holding back anymore. She's been using her voice, calling him out for not stepping up, labeling him what plenty of fans are saying too, a deadbeat dad. And more than just confronting him publicly, she's reclaiming her time, peace, and power, and doing it unapologetically. But let's be real, the internet's split on this one. Not everyone's waving red flags over Offset's behavior. Some folks believe he's spiraling from heartbreak and regret, not control. Others are questioning Cardi's timeline with Stefon Diggs, wondering if there was overlap near the end of her relationship with Offset. Back when she was about 8 months pregnant, fans were already whispering about her and Diggs. When DJ Academics chimed in, claiming these industry ladies be paying dudes to be with them, and saying Diggs had ties to other rappers, it sent rumors into overdrive. If even part of that's true, some think Offset's pain is less about losing Cardi and more about feeling betrayed. But here's where most folks draw the line. Pain is one thing. What Offset's doing now, that's control. The threats, bitter messages, online rants, and alleged revenge moves don't scream heartbreak. They scream manipulation. Even people who once rode for Offset are starting to question what's really driving all this chaos. Meanwhile, Cardi and Diggs stay unbothered, showing up all smiles, hand in hand at big events, while Offset's getting dragged left and right online. Offset's getting called out for allegedly using emotional distress as a way to twist the situation and manipulate it. And let's be real, it's not that people don't think Offset could be struggling mentally. It's the timing, the patterns. All this only seems to explode after Cardi stands firm and refuses to take him back. It's starting to feel like Offset ain't just heartbroken. He's desperate to regain control of a situation that slipped right through his fingers, and fans haven't forgotten. He had chance after chance. Cardi stood by him for years, forgave him, tried to make it work. But now, it looks like she's finally closing that door, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. This moment hits different. It's not about dating someone new. It's about protecting her peace, raising her kids in stability, and breaking a toxic cycle that's drained her for too long. Social media has been loud about it. One person tweeted, "Offset's not hurt. He's just mad he can't control her anymore." Another said, "These dudes don't love you. They just hate seeing you happy without them." And someone else kept it extra real. Sending revenge stuff to your ex's new man when she's the mother of your kids? That's the goofiest thing I've heard in my 31 years. So what's your take? Is Offset really heartbroken and spiraling from pain? Or is this just a messy play to keep control of a situation that ain't his anymore? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And turn on those notifications so you never miss the hottest tea. See you in the next one.